I'm just going to really quickly make a dress for my friend's baby, because she's just turned 1. And I made her a dress for when she was born, I guess. So I'm going to make her a dress for her first birthday. I like kind of creating volume. That's probably my favourite thing to do. And finding like new ways of creating volume and seeing how much fabric is physically possible to kind of put in one dress is something I really enjoy doing. Just looking through my research now, I kind of always go back to Balenciaga books. I think I always see something different in them every time. I like seeing how he kind of works with the body, which is kind of not necessarily like kind of supporting it and following it, but actually like doing the total opposite. And you know, all you see is a kind of wrist and the head comes out of this enormous piece of fabric, rather than kind of fitted things, or if things are fitted, that they then kind of explode at a point that you don't imagine. So it's always quite kind of surprising, I think, and I think that's, for me, the most inspiring thing. The baby doll dress, that kind of shows the body in almost the most revealing way, yet is a massive piece of fabric covering it, and that's something that I kind of have always been quite interested in doing. I think scale is often a big part of it. Often things are very big or very small. I've become quite well known for using tulle and playing with kind of transparency and layers, and I think kind of handmade techniques, handcraft, I suppose. We use lots of different techniques. We use a smocking machine, which is a machine that kind of gathers fabric very tightly onto threads, and that we use to kind of create volume and texture. But it's kind of tricky because there's only a few fabrics that will go in the machine, and so we try and we break the machines quite often by trying to use something that's too heavy. It's a bit wonky, isn't it? I did pull out this from my research, which has been on the wall for the past few weeks. I just think it's kind of totally mad, but it's very elegant in many ways, even though it's kind of this big, it's kind of frumpy in a way, isn't it? But then like the way he chooses to kind of show the neckline is very beautiful and very elegant, and the kind of length of it. I think it's all very beautiful but totally mad. I think the thing I'm kind of most interested in is that there is a kind of slight ugliness to the clothes, which I think is like an incredibly like modern thing to have done, because I think when things are a bit ugly and a bit subverted, they're much more beautiful in many ways. I just mean that at a time when everything was very kind of prim and proper and pretty, there's a kind of real, like, some things are almost a bit obscene in their kind of scale and the amount of gathering and all those things, and I think that's kind of what really interests me and is what makes everything so incredibly beautiful. And I use ugliest in the kindest way.